That clash is supposed to be like healing. Cause I noticed that you don't like my Tibetan singing bowl, and I don't appreciate that.
I mean, it just pause. That should really make me feel something deep inside.
That's good.
I guess it just like, what is that? It's like somebody again pause, grabbed my soul, and just like
maybe as chill as you think you are, you're not as comfortable with peace as you think you are.
I'm open to that thought.
Therapeutic pod.
There could be some real truth to that.
Alright. On that note,
chaos brings you calmness.
I think I understand chaos a little bit more than peace.
So do you think you're welcoming it?
Probably. Because, at least for me, in thinking about all the things that I've seen.
And you're taking on, like, I think you're taking on a lot lately, which is dope. And talking to you, I know that you've been able to cope and handle it, because I've wondered, I care. So it's like, kind of matches up. It's like you're welcoming all of this. And I'm kind of curious.
Well, thank you. I actually finished this book while I was stuck. It was called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And one thing that he actually talked about in there is that you're always going to have like 99 problems, but the key to having a good life is making those problems things that you want to have problems doing. You know what I'm saying? And before I read that, when I read that, that really reaffirmed how I always thought about it. Because that's really how I always thought about it. Like, every time I feel overwhelmed, it's like, man, I really am taking on a lot. But at least it's all things that I, like, really want. And, like, that I really care about. Like, this pod, my relationship, my friendships, you know what I mean? My family, like, my job, my personal well-being, you know what I mean? And, like, I want to get money, and so I try to take on, like, ventures and try to do things. So, it's like, I want all these problems, but, you know, at the end of the day, it still can be overwhelming and difficult. So, I don't have a solution. It's just do it.
I don't know if there's a solution. It's like, it's more like, if you're welcoming these things, you're not having a problem with them, you're also not complaining about them, you know? So it's like, what's there to solve? Like, you really are at peace with that chaos.
Maybe.
You know,
Good job, DJ.
these millennials with their opinions and their podcasts.
Killing it early.
Every one of them has podcasts nowadays.
No doubt, my baby.
Hey, no one cares about your
I thought he
opinion,
was
buddy.
the right man for the job.
All right.
I wasn't nervous
I'm here
at
to
all.
tell you. I don't care what you think about love or sex, politics or religion, or how you're
What happened if you hit the applause right now?
blah, blah, blah. Save it for someone who cares.
This is another Millennial Podcast. I am another Millennial Podcast host. I go by the name of Nick Teasy, aka Young Tizzard. Shout out to my boy Wizard, aka LaPod James, aka Big Homie Young Segway Son. I got a couple co-hosts in the building with me.
También. This is Los out here in the pod. Not many names out here to go by except Sexy Man. Moving on.
What's good? What's good? It's ACB the God. That's the only alias you need to know today.
Talk to him.
and then you got DJ Wise on the ones and twos.
Come on, man.
Hey, you need to get it. You know the order, so it's like do that for us too.
Okay. All right, you know what I'm saying? I want to give my dog the TZ the goddamn air horn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you for taking on and managing all your stuff and making it look well. Shout out to all of us for doing that, man, because it's not easy out here for a pimp playing for a prostitute.
All right.
I don't know.
Ain't nobody else here.
Tech support.
How's everybody doing?
All good. I'm liking this clean table.
I don't even want to speak on how I'm really doing, but it's one of those motherfucking days. I'm going to just say life is motherfucking life and hard as fuck.
Do you want to talk about it? Nah, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it. Because if we talk about it on the pod, I'm going to have to have we're going to have a real conversation.
I mean,
and I can't just be a listening friend on the pod.
If it happens, it happens, you know. But if I shy away from it, you know, that's what it is too. I'm good, blood.
Shout out to life. I'll say that. I was thinking about this. I guess it was because I was reading that book, but one thing I read in another book was like, if you ever wish for something, you have to welcome opportunities where you can be that thing. So if you wish to be a strong person, you have to welcome opportunities to be strong. If you want to be a well-organized person, you have to welcome opportunities where things are difficult to be organized, because this is your opportunity. So I have a tattoo that says glory and tribulation. And the way I see it, the only way to really feel that, like, pride in yourself is really going through things and getting through things and be like, yeah, forever I did that. And I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So,
is that your lower back tat?
Pause. It is my upper back, though. It's on my back shoulder. I always forget which shoulder it is, but it's one of those.
I didn't expect that.
Real shit, though. So,
we got shot clocks here for y'all.
I'm sensational, by the way. Thanks for asking, guys.
No one ever asks.
I'm ready for a shot clock.
All right, nice. So, in lieu of recent conversations, I'm going to just throw this one out here. Would you rather be constantly ashy or constantly oily?
That's hilarious.
You just
This
had
a trick
so
question?
much black boy joy. It was just crazy. I wish I could have captured it.
I mean, we did.
That was fucking
I
funny.
wish I could like just replay it and just live in that.
Because I was thinking about myself oily as fuck all the time.
But you don't want to be ashy though. So
No, I'm gonna take ashy. I'm gonna take ashy.
over oily.
Yeah.
Oily.
And
Oh
I'm
my
ashy
God.
all the time, so
No.
I'm definitely gonna take oily.
What?
Bay would appreciate that much more. I be ashy as fuck, bro.
Oh man, I thought you would take that because that's your state of being. You used to be in
I
that.
don't, that dry skin ain't no hoe, man. I used to have
It's
eczema
not.
as a kid, bro.
Eczema.
Eczema.
I'd probably take ashiness because I'd probably hide it better than you guys can.
Hell yeah.
Do we take shots if we answer the question or if we don't?
Oh,
He ain't make no stipulation. I feel like he had to do another one.
yeah, we're gonna have to do another.
There you go.
For this one, if you have answered, you drink.
Woo!
I'll wait till the next one.
Woo!
Nice. So you rather be oily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oily is gross, bro. Like, I don't think anybody want to be around an oily person.
What?
Why are you always oily?
Bro, because I'm not ashy.
I can't dap you up. We can't shake hands. I don't even want to bump into you. Like, you sit on things, we can see it. You touch things, we can see it. Like, nah, bro. Looking at you, you always look nervous. Making us nervous. I'm already anxious. Nah, oily. You can't be my friend if you oily all the time. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, that's the homie. Like, that's your man's. That's hard to claim, bro.
But I'm saying though, like, you put on lotion so you not ashy. So if I don't want to be ashy, I'll just be oily all the time.
Right. I see the logic, John.
Thank you. I mean,
Which you chose oily too,
no
right?
question about it.
Yeah.
That's the end of
Bro,
two
do you know how
friendships.
immature it feels to be ashy and grown?
Yes,
It feels immature as fuck, bro.
Just wear some long sleeves and pants.
bro, your ankles can't hide.
And see, what make it so bad is I used to have naturally oily skin, not excessively oily or sweaty or anything like that. But I didn't have to put on lotion coming right out the shower or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden I'm getting dry in areas I ain't even seen. You know what I mean? Like,
So, does black crack?
first off, pump your brakes.
Wait, now, chill. How many N-words have I earned? that wasn't even one.
Bruh,
I mean, I thought the answer was
No,
yes
no,
too. By
no.
the way, I don't know if I'm in the minority there.
no, it don't crack.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Show me a crack that black.
Man.
Crack that black.
Right there, right?
Any asshole.
We was
That's a
talking
crack that black.
that's a crack that black.
And you don't say DMX.
I hate it.
That was great.
How you gonna put that on him? That was wrong, John.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
What was it?
And DMX just was on the song with Lil Wayne that released recently.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man, I hear
Rest in
DMX
peace.
part, but Lil Wayne went hard, so I'm sure DMX went pretty good.
Lil Wayne went hard. He's still going hard in the.
Yeah.
In the
I don't think Lil Wayne
in the-
stopped going hard.
Really?
Pause.
I mean, I'm just saying though, like after the first 12
Yes.
bathrooms, I can shit all day. Goddamn line, like I was just. I'm come
You wasn't fucking with that?
Come on, bro. Like this, like I mean, all you talking about now is just shitting in all your bathrooms. Like,
Because he got that many
And
bathrooms. How many you got, John?
That's a step away from
One.
shitting on
You can
people.
talk, yo, and if you started a rap career right now, you could talk about shitting in 2 bathrooms, yours and probably your homie's bathroom.
yep, and Aces and the one at work. So
There you go. You
three on
got
deck.
4 songs maximum right now. He got like probably 65 bathrooms to rap about in his one house. He
Okay.
can talk about shitting in as many bathrooms as he wants.
I think that's a
can't
status
relate.
symbol.
I can't relate.
Yeah, no, I
Not yet.
think amounts of bathrooms in your house is a status symbol. Yeah, I think that's very true. Yes.
Heck yeah.
Bro, come on, man. Next thing you know, he gonna be in the bathroom like Elvis ass, bro.
What you mean,
That's what they
like-
found him at?
Yeah, you mean like,
Damn.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Another morbid pod.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Nah, that'll suck though. I don't want to see my dog go out like that.
Another cathartic episode. Ace.
What is happening on this podcast?
Are we about to hear some shit?
What?
I said what I said.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right, let me ask you guys something. And put TZ on the spotlight.
This is the spice rum.
There was this one time, and I'm
Can you
sorry.
pass this off?
I'm so sorry that this is I hate this trait about myself that it has stuck for so long. But there was this one time, TZ said he hated when I sang along with him with music. And then every time other people sing along with him and he don't say shit, I get mad jealous.
That sound like that amps him up, easy.
And if I can be honest, I really don't like when anyone does it.
I know you don't.
But I just don't want to say it every time because I feel like I say it too often
And
already.
when it happens, I'm like, what are you doing? You don't even know.
Bruh,
Nobody else
don't.
can't like the song with you, TZ?
It's not a duet. If I wanted to sing a duet with you, I would have asked.
Why not?
That's all.
Okay.
Here's the worst
Is it
part. Here's,
singing or
hey, nah.
like
Rapping, it's if it's a
It's
2-person
performing.
song.
Here's
If
the
I'm
worst
rapping
part.
and you come in and do the hook,
Here's
nobody
the worst
asks you for
part.
that.
I be in my room singing. This dude come out singing with me too. So like,
I don't remember that.
where we at?
I don't remember
What
that.
we doing?
Okay. So now I feel a type of way, bro, because we was just singing Square Biz together, bro.
I try not to push my shit on other people as much as I can.
I'm
I
glad
recognize
you
that
did.
that's a me thing. I ain't want to steal your joy, but I wasn't enjoying it.
It wasn't for your enjoyment. It's all good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed singing with you, man. Let me know when you're ready to hit the karaoke stage. We ready for you.
I mean, I karaoke all the time. I'm a karaoke champion.
Oh,
Karaoke tonight.
I'm gonna do a duet.
I'm good.
Come on, bro.
I did.
Bro, we
I did ask Tania to do one with me before.
Bro,
She denied me.
We can do Jay-Z Renegade.
Which part you gonna do?
I'll be Eminem, bro.
You know his part?
Yeah.
All right.
Since I'm in the position to talk to these kids and they list, I ain't no politician. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Oh,
I hear
look
you.
at
I hear you.
DJ
I might fuck with you.
We gonna have to edit that part out.
Yeah, man, for sure, man.
He doesn't identify as that.
So, what else is new? How was everybody's week?
I got
got
another
me
shot
amped
clock
up.
for you guys. Oh,
Oh shit!
Ooh,
Got
we
you
got
amped.
amps.
I love it.
These motherfuckers. Fuck U.S. Auto Sales. Count your days, bitch. Fuck DLWC Warranty Company. Count your days,
Do we need
bitch.
beeps?
She putting names on them bullets, boy. Goddamn, you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, man.
I agree.
Fuck them niggas, bro.
All right.
Fuck them with sick dicks.
Oh,
Whoa.
Okay, you could cancel that part out.
That's
the video.
strong.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
I was upset.
we keep
It got
it.
me
That's
amped up.
strong.
It's all here. Because if we take it out, what you're amped up about?
care to share? What you been?
I'm upset, man. Cause of this shit with my car, bro. Like my shit should not be fucked up. And I'm just really tired of people taking my kindness for a weakness. Like I could really be going the fuck off. I could really be I ain't gonna say that on the pod. But I could really be going off. Let me just say that. And
Like magnitude. Pop, pop.
you know, something like that. But I be trying to stay calm. And that's what I was going to say when we was first talking about anxiety. It manifests in a calm with me that's fucking scary to me. Like, I be sitting here like this.
You be stewing in it.
But my motherfucking thoughts be fucking insane. Insane. And it do put a lot of pressure on my chest. I'm not breathing the same. Agitated.
Do you guys do something about the anxiety right there and then? Or if you don't, if you do,
feel like
how
I'm
often do you
trying
do?
to calm myself down. I'm trying to be like, all right, don't react in a way that's gonna, you too cute for a jumpsuit. Don't react. Don't react. But at the same time, I keep feeling like I'm getting fucking played by not reacting the way that I should and could be reacting.
What's the way that you should and could? Because I don't want you to be going around there pulling out that fire on people. That's not in the shoulda could. Is that where your mind be going? Girl.
You read them eyes.
Man, yeah, too cute for a jumpsuit. I like that.
That's all I be saying, man. And I really be thinking like, who gonna look after my dogs after going? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna look after my dogs?
Yeah.
Teasing.
They say you never know what a person going through, and you really never know what's like stopping a nigga from doing some shit.
For aces or dogs?
Them niggas done saved a whole lot of fucking lives. Let me just say that.
That's some real John Wick shit.
Bro.
Man.
Swear to
Honestly.
God, I really related to that movie.
New one coming out?
I really related to that movie. I almost
How did you relate to them? Who after that? After trying to
because
kill
when
you?
Fuckboy was staying with me, right? This nigga would be asleep with the window open, and I get home one day, I'm backing in the parking spot and shit, and I look in the back. Do you know I see Ali outside?
Oh wow.
He done climbed through the window, coming to the car and shit, and you know this nigga act like he don't see cars. If this nigga would have got hit, I would have had to John Wick him.
Was slob coming out of his mouth when he was sleeping? on the couch?
Possibly. More than likely. It's a 99% chance that was so.
Woo! So, I want to know something interesting that happened this past week.
Before we leave her amped up, can I ask, what do you plan to do about your circumstance? I think that's a very important question to always ask. Always think about what's next.
Not shoot the club up.
That's we gotta let her answer. We gotta let her answer.
Definitely, no, just playing. I mean, I'm breathing through it, man. I'm really trying to take it day by day. And that's what makes it so frustrating because I feel like I've taken the right steps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've reached up the appropriate channels and I just keep getting a fucking runaround. I need a fucking win. I'm open to a fucking win right now. But life is motherfucking lifing. So with that said, I try to breathe through it. I try to just really take it one day at a time. That's the only thing I could do. I got to get this one thing done first, and then I work on the next challenge. Whatever don't happen, it don't happen.
One day at a time.
Yeah, another thing that got me amped up. Let me tell y'all about this shit. I was at work today. Well, this started yesterday. So I'm washing the dishes or whatever like that, and it's stacks of dishes, right? So it's only a couple trays, but I fill up all the trays and wash them, and then my shift been over an hour fucking go. So I'm leaving the rest of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all know this girl came in today like, I hope y'all not gonna leave me with all these dishes today. And she was like, such and such paid me $6 to do it. I'm like, what? Somebody paid you? Like, you should be lucky that you received that because this is part of your fucking job. And she gonna say yesterday, I'm pregnant, you can't leave me with all that. Like, you work the same shift. Like, you gonna have to do the dishes at some point. Like, now I get that nobody wanna walk in to shit, but at the same time, this the same motherfucking bitch who I had all the shit on the table. All you had to do was come over there and help. She went and brought a motherfucking chair to the backside and set her happy ass down and wasn't trying to do nothing to prep the room or whatever for customers.
She pregnant.
She like a half a week pregnant.
What? She 2.5 days pregnant.
2.5. She just missed a period, bro.
Oh shit. Damn.
So anywho, like, nah, and I could see if like one of y'all or cause you came in before the shift started, so you here working on this shift, you here you making money on this shift. Pull these motherfucking dishes out this end and stack them. I'm not finna wash them, put them in this little shit, take them out and stack them and keep going just so y'all can have a whole clean out shift when I wasn't the only one working. And I was there an hour before everybody else prepping shit. So I'm not hearing that shit. So that's what got me amped up. Learn your fucking place. That's it.
So what does she plan to do about it?
I don't even know. Was that the answer to my question?
No, that was my second.
Oh yeah.
No, what she plan to do about it is taking it one day at a time. And you know, I think when you're dealing with situations like that, that's all you really can do. You know what I'm saying? Just put your best foot forward and take it one day at a time, man.
Yeah.
Any positives?
I guess it's positive I got my shit back.
Yeah. Is it driving good? It looked like
No.
it was. Oh. Okay.
No. It had issues that it didn't have before. That's what's pissing me off.
Yeah.
So.
I have a positive. I got upgraded to a suite recently.
Hey.
What you mean?
I had a regular room and then they upgraded it to a suite.
Did you have a good view? Was you like on the top penthouse?
He had a superior
suite?
view.
I moved 2 rooms down.
Was it a corner room? Dang.
I mean, it really wasn't that fly, but I mean, I got an extra TV.
Hey man, it was positive,
That
man.
counts.
I mean, that's what's up.
And a
You gotta,
couch.
those positives count.
And
So
a coffee table.
nice. Did you have like a pull-out mattress too in there?
Mm-mm.
Oh dang, oh man. Good.
I legitimately beat Charles in a disc golf game.
Hey.
Congratulations, man.
He's been our goal.
I'm still waiting for an invite.
We invite you every week. You just never respond
No,
to the
you
text
do not.
messages.
No, you do not. You
All right, moving on.
Which? I'm trying to figure out which one to use for that. Like,
This isn't a positive, but just a general shout out to Black History Month. This is one of the last days of Black History Month. Another reason why February is the greatest month. If it was any longer, y'all would lose y'all minds.
True that.
Oh, I had a question actually. I had a question about Black History Month. I forgot that was supposed to be my segue. So
Wait, son.
I have a question for you guys actually.
Mm-hmm.
Black history is American history. Why do y'all feel like that needs to be said? Like, why do y'all feel like nobody just feels that way?
Because it's not being taught that way.
But it is. I would say. Like, I mean, they're not overtly saying it,
with
but they're
recent
saying this is what
developments-
made America.
With recent developments and what they're doing to the school systems, whether it be like all the way in Texas or I'm sure in Florida, where they're saying you can't really teach about slavery or things like that. They're banning that kind of teaching.
Okay. I would still say even from older people, like I learned about slavery in school.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But I'm saying like more recently is what I've been hearing.
Yeah,
That those
I
things
agree.
can't be taught.
They not teaching about slavery no more in school. Is what you saying?
I think some textbooks aren't. They don't even have it in there.
Some school districts are like restricting it, especially like in Florida. Texas is another one.
Really?
Yeah, they're really being particular about racial content that's being taught in schools.
Right, because I thought it was the pro-racial, like pro-black content that the schools didn't want to. Like,
I mean,
teach
it's
I'm sure that
much
too.
further than that. Yeah, it's like a lot of schools, not all, but a lot of schools and a lot of school districts are prohibiting
It's like the opposite
deep
of critical
conversations
race
about
theory.
slavery and all that too. Oh yeah, and the critical race theory, like that's not even getting in there.
All right, the critical race theory. What's that about? Is that like that's a positive? That's like a pro-black thing, or what?
That's just like basically teaching white folks about slavery, like showing them the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna even say just teaching white folks because it's in the school system, but it's like opening the perspective to them for them to know basically, and really getting in depth with conversations about race, history, slavery.
And how it
Like
affects
that.
us today, like our systems today.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things. It's about how racism affects our systems, and that's a conversation that I don't know if they just don't want to have it or they don't agree with it. But you know,
And so, what was your question again?
why do you guys feel like it doesn't feel like? I mean, and let me not speak for y'all. I think that's a common feeling amongst black people that black history is not American history, or that black history is American history. We get our own month. They try to like separate us and such. But really, especially the history that I was taught in school, only the American black history. How can I not? Why don't I feel like that is American history? Why don't I feel like those two are one and the same?
I think maybe. I'm sorry.
When
I
it
know.
absolutely is.
I think like because I went to similar schools as you did, where I feel like the American history that we learned was very similar because they definitely taught about all of that. But I've come to learn that the more I learn, the more that what I learned was true, but not all of it was true. Definitely not all of it was true. And so, like the black history that I learn nowadays makes me question what I did learn back then.
So I heard a very, very interesting point on exactly that question. And part of the reason is because we as a society don't accept black culture as American culture, even though being over here in the Americas, we have created our own languages, customs, routines, spiritual practices, everything like that. But we are further invalidated as a people because one thing that they took away from us is the knowledge of our history and quote unquote where we're from. So being that, say if like my family was Jamaican or something, and me not having no understanding of, you know, the history over there, like, or me coming over here, I automatically value that Jamaican part versus the fact that I was born in America. That's where my family is from and everything like that, but everything about me is American. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that our people have built this country up on basically free labor for 400 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? We don't get any more American than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like these niggas came over here and the next thing you know, they had niggas in chains and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we pretty much, I mean, and not only that, we were already here before they got here. So if they enslaved us, we already had a history. We're more American than them. We don't never go and say, no, what's your real European ethnicity? You know what I'm saying? We don't go and check them about that. If they sit over here and say that they're American, we don't try to validate them by finding out which country they are really from.
Do you think that's true when they say like black people don't know where they really came from. I mean, there's some truth to it, obviously, but with it being 300 plus years ago now, do you think
that's exactly
super
the point
significant?
that I'm making, because how far back do I need to go to be validated? If I'm from America and my mom is from America and my grandma is from America and my great grandma's from America, how many generations of American do I need to fucking be?
I hear you.
Like 400 years.
And I'm curious if you feel that way, though. Like, I guess you feel American, but maybe not a proud American.
Because, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm not a proud American. Like, I would love to be like, oh, I'm from the islands, or, you know, some exotic place or some shit like that, you know, because that's what is like, what's the word called? It's fetishized, you know. Exotic cultures are fetishized. But just think about all of the contributions that we go through each year during Black History Month, the little specks of Black history that we learn about. Those are bits and pieces of American culture. And those shits travel across the world. Those ideas, those thoughts, those patterns, those designs, all of that traveled across the world and influenced the world. But them niggas was American too. How far back do we need to, and then not only that, how far back do we need to go to say that we are African? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's 6, 7, 8 generations ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I may have a portion of this type of blood in me, but what makes you where you from? If that makes sense.
So I wanted to say, I do think that I think white people try to separate the Black history, and that's probably why if we feel like it's so separate.
Do you feel that way?
I do. I remember growing up like in elementary, middle school, maybe it was high school, and I had a science teacher who was complaining about the fact that we had our own website, Black Planet. She was upset about that. So I know she felt the type of way about Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? And so I do feel like that. And that's probably why it's just such a separate thing. But it's correct, though. Y'all are correct. Because it is a part of American history. Mm-hmm. So.
I used to feel like that, like, shit, all throughout my 20s, I guess, even. Like, mainly throughout most of my 20s. I would say I really probably became a proud American despite knowing everything that America is, probably like late 28, 29, because the way I started thinking of it is, like, my people influence so much of this American culture. You know what I mean? And, you know, America's pretty corrupt, but, you know, it's also pretty dope in a lot of ways. So.
And I imagine any other place would have its flaws as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, you can't take away the validity of another person's country or anything like that. But at the same time, like, it's like Black people in America fall under this weird spectrum because they expect us to be culturally somewhere else. They always telling us to go back to where we came from. Nigga, everybody came from everywhere else over here, bro.
Everybody came from Africa.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Oh,
but,
no?
You know, everybody came from different parts of the world, and they still motherfucking coming. Because, like you said, Teasy, it's dope as fuck over here sometimes.
How many families do you guys think populated the Americas?
I don't even know.
The Americas was already populated.
Come on.
There was obviously a point in time that they weren't. How many families do you think populated the Americas? I recently saw this on my feed, and it was Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was talking about it. In short, 8 families were able to populate the North, Central, and South Americas. This happened like right after the Bering Strait was gone, and everybody who walked, because there was only like a group of people that walked across that natural bridge. Then once that bridge was basically essentially collapsed, those were the group of people that populated the Americas at the time.
So these 8 families, they were of different nationalities.
No, they all came from like Eurasia. in that areas.
Lies.
I don't know. I can believe it. Why not? Why not?
My thing
Some
is,
Game of Thrones shit.
I don't know if it was only 8. I do know niggas generations before us been popping out 12, 13, 14, 15 kids. So if all 12, 13, 14, 15 kids pop out 12, 13, 14, 15 kids, it's real easy to populate a city, then a state, then so on and so forth. However, to pinpoint this to only 8 motherfucking families, like how big was these families? Are we only counting mom and dad? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that that's real.
I don't think so either. I think the people was already here, and people came to the Americas, and they might have bred with the people that was here, and then they brought people from where they came from.
How dare y'all?
I
How
don't
dare
think we
y'all
should say
question?
bread. We should say impregnated.
Sorry.
How dare y'all question? What's his name?
Neil.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson. That nigga don't be wrong.
Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. That nigga don't ever be wrong.
I wish we had the chirping sound like crickets on here.
You know what else I seen recently? A little Mexican girl. I'm pretty sure she's Mexican. She has recently recorded a higher IQ than Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking. I think she was like 9 or 10 or something like that.
I be wondering, like, who souls into these babies' lives that, you know, grow up and are so mentally unscathed by the world? Who supported their growth? Who, you know, really cultivated their love of learning to make them, you know, go through these IQ tests and things like that?
I mean, some people are just...
Born with it?
Yeah, like, maybe it's Maybelline type shit. Like, I really think, on some no kidding, but like our friend Melissa, I feel like she's brilliant. But you know, she finds herself on a spectrum of autism. And so, like, I feel like that little girl, you know, I don't know anything about her, but I can assume that she's on some sort of that spectrum. Just because she might like all of that studying and whatnot, academics, more than anything else. So, and she's able to, like, focus on all of that as opposed to focusing on other things like socializing or physical things.
You might have convinced me. Because at first I was thinking I'm going to have to call bullshit on that. There's some weird metric that they tricked us with in that headline. Like, that kid is smarter than Einstein was at 9 or something like that. But you know what? That kid could definitely be on the spectrum. And ever since they learned how to read at 4 or 5, which was already early, they just took off. And that's the only thing they do well, and that's all they do now. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck knows? This kid probably like in Russia where it ain't nothing to do but read anyways. Who the fuck knows? Or India or something.
Mexico.
I mean, I've seen that too as far as children on the spectrum. Like, I just seen this one boy who been drawing maps since he was like 7 or 8. And all he do is go to the library, get on that whiteboard and draw maps from his visual recollection. And they be like 99% accurate, and he could tell you any state, any continent, he could tell you any place of the world, any capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? And
That's cool.
It's amazing. And they had one little I guess section where his mom or his caregiver or somebody was talking about, she was like, well, he just, you know, got a map one day, he just took off. And I'm like, that's what made me question, how do you support that? Because, you know,
You're asking, like, the parents, how do they support that kind of...
anybody who happens to be in that child's life. Like, when I was even teaching, right, I had a 4-year-old student who knew sign language. And I felt bad as a teacher that I couldn't support him and further communicate with him because he was on the spectrum as well. Like, he couldn't sit still for anything. And, you know, he would be randomly talking, but whenever we do the ABCs, he signed them out. And I'm like, he had somebody in his life that just took the time to teach him that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think about how I learned as a child. Once I found something that was interesting to me, like who supported that, who championed that for me, who said, oh, you're good at this, you know what I'm saying? You should keep going. Or even if I didn't do so well, it's okay, get back up, keep going. Like, how do you support brilliance if you subpar?
You talk about the parents being subpar?
Parents, teachers, whoever's in that person's life. They on genius level, but you just normal.
I suppose you just let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him learn or her learn from people that do know.
And
I guess.
And I'm sure
give them books.
The kid.
And I'm sure there's a place, and they play a significant role in supporting them being their greatest some type of way, for sure.
And I don't even think it even has much to do with like this kid being on the spectrum, or like, because in general, like, how does any parent want to support? Like, I understand this, the parental love, but how does any parent want to support their child with whatever they're doing? How can they forgive any wrong that they do? You know, like, they just do. Parents just weird like that. I get not all parents are like that, but
I just really feel like I was raised on survival. Like, I didn't see a lot of my mom around. Like, yeah, she loved me and everything, and she went to more of my plays than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many things that I just feel like wasn't cultivated. And I find myself angry these days because it's like, damn, man, if you could have just, you know, supported me a little bit in this, I could have this skill, or I could do this, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I talk about the whole basketball shit, like, forever. I made the varsity team in, like, 6th grade. And, you know, I was a little fluffy because I always been the same height, same weight. After I stopped growing, I stopped growing. And it just fluctuate in there. But I feel like she relied more on this doctor telling her that I shouldn't play basketball than actually putting me in something that would cultivate my need to lose weight or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, playing a sport, an organized sport, I felt like would have gave me so much structure, discipline, and I probably wouldn't even know y'all, for real. So, only because...
Why you think it there?
Only because I probably wouldn't even be smoking like that. Like, you know, and that's how we met. You know what I'm saying?
I don't smoke.
Speak for yourself.
What?
I'm just saying, like, I just feel like that support then could have drastically changed the trajectory of my life.
See, I'm sorry. It's I really had this conversation a lot with my sister, like, and we feel similarly, but we take it differently. So, like, me and my sisters talk about it all the time. How, like, my mom never put us in any, like, sports or anything like that, and I feel the same way. If I was in any of that, like, it'd be dope. I'd be a much cooler person. I feel, I don't know, like, I think about that all the time. But, like, me and my sister, we don't really hold it against my mom. Like, I think at one point we used to, but, like, now it's more like my sister's actively being that support for her kids. Like, we see where we wanted our mom to be a support for us, and now my sister gets the opportunity to do so, and I can't wait to do that for my kids. Like, that's why I talk about it all the time, where it's just like, whatever my kid wants to do, I'm gonna let them do it. Like, I'm gonna try to support that, and then on top of that, I'm gonna, like, put them in things. If they have no interest, I'm just gonna put them in something, because I think anything is better than nothing. Even if, like, they don't like it, they at least have that.
So here's the thing. Okay, so when I think about, like, how you say your mom, you feel like she didn't support you with your basketball varsity ordeal, and then I think about how you just said, how can a subpar person support greatness. So it's like, how can you really fault her for not supporting you if she doesn't have any knowledge on how to do so?
Now that's the thing. I
That's what she
don't
was
fault
asking,
her
right?
because I have that understanding that I know that she loved me in the capacity that she was able to love me in. She supported me in the capacity that she was able to, with all the info and insight that she was given. You know what I'm saying? But what if I could have been great if I was, believed in a little bit more? Or not even that. If your presence was just there more. If I had you to talk to about relationships. Like, that's another big thing, like, right? Like, my mom doesn't seem to understand why me and my sister value relationships so much. You know what I'm saying? So, oftentimes we done been, sneaking behind her back for whatever the case may be. It's not so much now because we're grown, clearly. But at the same time, it's like, I didn't have the sex talk with my mom. It was always, oh, don't be doing nothing you ain't supposed to be doing. But what does that entail and why? You know what I'm saying?
You know what
Like,
that entail.
now I do, nigga. But when you growing up, you like, why? Everybody else is like, I didn't have that to talk to and talk through.
Yeah, I feel you. And then so something else I was gonna say. So I don't really know if like putting your kids in everything just to have them in something is a good idea either. Like, I actually grew up like that. Like, I played basketball, football, I did piano lessons, I was in karate. I did a whole lot of stuff as a kid, but nothing really stuck. So like, I think it also depends on the person. Like, I'm sure that's probably me. Like, it's probably because of me. Like, nothing really stuck. I don't know if I just...
You don't have any connections from any of those times, any moments that you think like that, like, yeah, if I never did this, then I couldn't have done this, or like for any of those. Like, you don't appreciate a single thing that your parents put you in.
No, I hated it.
Hated it all.
Yep.
And there was nothing that you wanted to do.
It was nothing that I wanted to do. That was the issue. It was nothing that I wanted to do. It was just more so my mama making me do something because to do something.
This what boys supposed to be doing at this age.
Yeah, but it was nothing that I wanted to do.
What did you want to do? Like, you don't say nothing. Did you want to watch TV? Did you want to, like, what did you want to do? Talk on the phone? Like, what did you want to do? Cook? Did you just sit at home and do what? What did you want to do? Everybody wanted to do
play
something.
the game. Like,
play the game? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and sit home and play the game and just be a kid, or just, I don't really know. Like, none of that stuff just never really interested me. Like, sports or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in band. I liked band. I liked chorus. I was in those two. Like, that's probably something I definitely wanted to do. I took them up as an elective.
Right.
But
Can I ask you guys a question? I've also thought about the ways that my parents failed me in a lot of different ways. And especially having those conversations with my mom now. And I'm curious, do you guys feel empowered at all by recognizing those things and, like, being able to clearly identify those things and, like, not be, controlled by it?
I feel somewhat empowered within my relationship, but when it comes to having those conversations with my mom, they just don't work. They just don't work out the way that I feel that they should work out. I'm understanding, I'm patient. I try to be as communicative as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm understanding.
What are you looking for from your mom in these conversations? Like an apology?
Not
An
necessarily
acknowledgement of wrong?
More so an acknowledgement, but I don't know. I really want to be heard without you showing me that it's offending you to an extent. Like, I'm not saying don't feel how you want to be felt, but when you offended, you shut down. You do X, Y, and Z, which blocks off the communication, so it's never really fully had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could just say it all and then that'll be the end of it, and then we both actively work to fix those communication issues. You know what I'm saying? Even at 30, have the sex talk or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But
You ever consider writing her a letter? Is what he was about to say.
I thought about that, but I wasn't about to say that. I definitely thought about that, though. I absolutely thought about that several times. Hilarious.
I think it's a valid question though, because I think it's an option.
And for specifically what she wants. Before you answer that, the reason I wasn't going to say that, though, is because I'm no therapist, but I think it may be kind of selfish, actually, for you to only want to get your shit off with your mom and not let her feel it and not let her tell you about, like, respond. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to say it and then that be the end of it and then y'all work towards something better. But in order for y'all to work towards something better, I feel like you have to hear her when you say these things and let her be upset, let her be sad, let her be disappointed, frustrated. Like, that's part of it as well.
And my only thing is model that for me. You've been the role model that I've like solely looked up to for so long. And then when I see certain things that, you know, I just don't agree with no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not who I am. And trying to lean into what I feel like is best for me, it's a problem. And it's a problem because you didn't learn how to stand up for yourself, which, again, is no fault of your own. You were dealing with the situations that you had and the issues that your parents had. You know, like, I'm not blaming I'm not trying to put the blame on anybody or make anybody feel less than a person. But I do want to say that, you know, I feel like this action pivoted to this and this caused this. You know what I'm saying? Like, every conversation we have, if I cough, I can have a cold and everything. If I cough, she gonna say something about the smoking. You know I'm not finna stop smoking. Like, why keep bringing that up? And, like, you forcing me to lie to you about things. Like, if it's not the answer that you want to hear, then you not hearing that shit.
I have so many thoughts, but I don't want to be the only one sharing thoughts. All right. First of all, I'm disappointed to hear that the answer to my question was no. You do not feel empowered by understanding where your mom failed you. In fact, to me, it sounds like you're still hurting and trying to understand how to cope with how your mom failed you. And you're looking to her for leadership and
How to cope.
some guidance, and you're not getting it.
Right.
And at 30-something, at 20-something, I feel like I would have wanted you to realize she can't. You know what I mean? That's where she failed you for a reason. It's not because she wanted to. She doesn't have the ability. You know what I mean? Like, it's on you as the young, intelligent adult that you are, that she helped you become, to figure out how you can first deal with it and then how you may be able to help her. But you got to become, you can't look for her for gratitude or confirmation, validation. You know what I'm saying?
But it's almost like every conversation, she almost expects that. You know what I'm saying? She expects me to go right along with her answer if I have a difference of opinion. You know, it's like she wants me to seek her confirmation, validation, all of that shit. You know what I mean?
I think that might be playing to the fact that you guys haven't had the conversation that you're seeking to have. I think
We've had it a couple of times.
Well, I'm saying,
started it.
But if it goes anywhere near the direction that you're hoping it does, then I feel like you guys can have more healthy conversations in the future.
Now, like I was saying, we've had some of these conversations, you know, like my last couple therapy sessions, you know, I did with her, you know what I'm saying, so that we could begin to talk it out. But at the same time, it's like I see almost the impossibility of it being worked out. And I don't want to lean too heavily on that, but I'm all for cutting people off if the shit is not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? And it's devastating because the idea of me having to cut my mama off again, I already did it before, and that wasn't a happy time for me in my life. You know what I'm
How'd
saying?
she take that?
Huh?
How did she take that?
She was calling my brother and sister asking about me. You know what I'm saying?
So it was obviously impactful to her too.
Yeah. And I don't want it to be, oh, I have to shut down because niggas is dying left and right, bro. I just had an uncle die yesterday, bro. You know what I mean? So niggas is dying fucking left and right. I don't want it to be I have to put you on ice for you to feel what I'm trying to say and then lose you and then I be pissed off because I had to put you on ice.
Yeah, life too short.
Do you regret like hanging out with her or like talking to her when you do? On the more recent occasions?
I'm not gonna say regret, but I'm gonna say
Yeah, it might be
I
a strong word.
don't feel empowered or positive after most conversations with my mom.
You don't look forward to them?
I mean, I be missing her now. It's about 5 to 10 minutes before it goes left.
Do you ever feel like this is a opportunity for you to be a role model for her without
I feel
an
like I've
expectation?
done that damn near my whole life. I've always advised her, always tried to, help her communicate better, She's always looked to me for that part of that communication. So I think I'm more expressive than anything, you know what I'm saying? I don't like having to hide shit from my mama, but at the same time, I don't like not being able to talk to you about real life shit because you either over religiousize something or, you know what I'm saying, like you just can't hear it like from whatever societal divide we have.
Well, I'm not saying to excuse her or anything, but you know how you have different friends for different reasons, different friends, different seasons. It's like
That's your mama though. Your mama there for all the reasons, all the seasons.
She don't have to be there for all of that. She can be there for what you need her to be there to be for. Like,
he's spitting facts. I mean, I was getting to the point of anybody can be cut off, man.
She's just a human.
Right.
Right. Like,
and again,
I get that she's
always,
your mama.
and it's the anxiety part of it, I always think about what it'll be like losing my mama in the midst of cutting her off. She's not the healthiest, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think I'm asking you to like cut her off and be angry at her. Like, but if it's not healthy to talk to her, you might not need to do that to yourself.
Well,
I concur. I had a conversation similar to this with my cousin, and she was talking about her dad, and she was saying how it really just upsets her. It puts her in a bad mood. Is really affecting. After she speaks to him, it affects like her marriage, the way that she like is a mom to her kids, like negatively. Like it just puts her in a bad space. Mm-hmm. And when she told me this was years ago, I was like, I understand that, but as your parent, I think you gotta like work through that because you only get one. And as I thought about that more and I seen actually how she handled it, I definitely have to renege on that. Like, anybody can get cut off. Like, if they're really stopping you from being great, it can be with love, but you, unfortunately, are not helping. You are really bringing, like, having a negative effect on me. And I'm sorry that I can't fix you. I'm sorry that I can't fix it. I want to. I tried. Right now, at least I can't.
On you though, man.
Yeah, it's like I can't. Yeah, and she taught me that. Some things you gotta accept.
Probably didn't have the ability to be there for you. You just don't have the ability to fix her.
You don't have the ability to make the relationship what you want, at least. Like, you may not ever be able to have that deep, intimate, shared, real life conversation type shit with that person. That's still your mom. She still sacrificed for you and loved you, helped you. And you can do the same, but it may not ever be what you want it to be.
And maybe that disability to connect is where you can't connect.
You lost me there.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I think I've been watching something right now on TV, and one of the lines that they be saying is that sometimes the kids have to show the parents the way.
I don't think that's the solution in this situation, though. Again, because I don't think it's on you to teach anybody anything. You can choose to try that out of love, of course, but that I don't think you should take that as your responsibility. And if the relationship doesn't ever get to where it's supposed to be, it's not on you.
And if you do take it as your responsibility, don't be disappointed that it didn't work.
Or don't be disappointed that it take a long time to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, I don't want to speak all matter-of-factly about it because it's your mom and it's deep and it's emotional. But
yeah,
be selfish.
I'm speaking like this because I'm going through this with my grandfather as well. Like, I have no faith that he will ever change. And I am feeling a type of way about not speaking to him. But I know that it's better for me not to speak to him right now. Like, because it's been years that not just me, the family has been trying to convince him, like, bruh, you're old. Stop. And he just is the same person year after year. And just solidifies every year, like, people don't change. People learn. They don't change.
How old is he?
He is right above 80.
He
was
don't
born
have
in 38 or something like that.
For real? He don't
39.
have none of them old people diseases?
Yeah. He has a lost one leg disease. He also...
I couldn't tell if you were laughing or crying.
Lost one leg disease.
Well, I mean, he lost it like right above his knee.
Damn, I would be bitter if I lost a leg too.
No, his nigga's always dancing. Like,
He dancing with one leg?
Yes.
He hopping around, man?
He just stands there doing his little shimmy. Like, I love the guy. Like, I'm talking about him with love. I just can't have him in my life right now. He tried calling me for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, my birthday, all four of which are within like a month or two of each other. And I had to ignore it all because I just didn't feel like I needed the conversation with him because it was putting me in a bad place just receiving the call. So I just didn't want that around me. And I love the guy dearly.
No, I just feel like it's so much more difficult to stand there and hold that, being that it's my mom. Any other relative, fuck them. Sorry to say, but I got a whole group of cousins I don't fuck with. They can all get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to ever talk to them again, and that would be fine. I would be more than okay, but my mom, though,
yeah, I couldn't imagine cutting my mom off and not talking to her.
like, I ain't gonna sit up here and say that my mom has not been there for me, because she has been like a motherfucker. More than, I can count for anybody else, I just feel like she does not love me in the way that I need to be loved.
Is that a selfish thing to say?
No, it's not. I mean, and if it is, it's a valid selfish thing to say. Because you as a human being need to be loved. We always look for love.
Right, but
And
people
so-
got different love languages.
Yeah, why would you say it could be selfish? I'm curious.
Because how can somebody love you the way that you need to be loved?
I mean, not everyone can, which is what we're trying to like tell Ace. Like, like maybe your mom
they
can't
not-
love you
A
the way.
further question is, right, if you see that someone, regardless of the relationship to you, cannot love you in the way that you need to be loved, and, they tell you all the time, oh, you got to walk away or this and that. Like, how can I do that in these other external relationships if I can't do that with my own mom? You know what I'm saying? This is a skill that, again, I didn't see her model either, because I watched her keep people in her life way too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched people use her. I watched family come in and turn her shit from castle to crumbs. You know what I'm saying? And I watched her be the caretaker for so many motherfuckers.
Do you see your mom as like your mom, or like are you capable of seeing her as another person?
As my mom.
Only as your mom?
As my mom. I see I see her personality. I see traits that she has, things that she does that make her uniquely her. You know what I'm saying? But like the bond, the thing that ties us together is the fact that she's my mom.
Would you be upset if
And I got her face.
Would you be upset if the only title you had to yourself was housewife or house husband or working person? Because I know that a lot of mothers hate that becomes their identity once they start having kids.
I didn't make that. I mean, I made it your identity, but at the same time, I didn't make that decision to make that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't make you make me.
You are making the decision to only see her as a mother, though.
Mm-hmm.
You are choosing that. Because she is just a woman. She's
Another
a human
person,
being.
yeah.
You know
Regardless
what I mean?
of how you choose to view her, she is.
I did have to take my mama off the parent pedestal and just realize that she's just like another person, flaws and all.
To be honest, I think it goes back to my question. I think you would feel empowered if you just saw her as a flawed human being. She loved you. She tried. Some things she's just not good at, bro. Some things she may never be good at. And you have inherited some of those negative traits, and you're better at certain things than her. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. We can make it deeper or more shallow than that, but she's a person. She taught you some things. She failed you in some ways. And you taught her some things, and you're failing her in some ways.
Yeah.
You ain't nothing but a human. You don't want her to just look at you as just her daughter. You are Ace. You are a human who's going to make your own decisions. You don't do what she wants you to do all the time because you're your own person. You have to do what you need to do because you're your own person. You don't want her to put that on you. You can't put that on her.
I mean, it's already been put on me, though.
Do you accept it?
Do as I say, not as I do.
And what do you? I think it's been put on you. Sure, it's up to you to decide. Do you accept it, or do you be a full person? Do you be yourself, or do you be only her daughter?
Accepting that is also difficult, just like accepting that your mother is not only your mother is going to be as difficult as, that shit's just flying past me. I can't think of the full thought anymore, but it's hard to come to terms with that fact because you see your parents growing up as like a superhuman being pretty much. And so like to take them off of that parent pedestal, it's a lot. It's difficult to do. And I don't think I can expect that of you, like to do easily, especially since I don't think it's easy to take them off that pedestal in the first place.
I remember I had to come to terms with the fact that I would never be the first son that my dad wanted me to be. And my dad and his dad was this. You know what I mean? Them niggas was BFFs. Yeah. And he definitely wants that relationship with me. And we don't have that relationship because of me. And I know he doesn't like that. He hurts from it probably. I don't know if he still does, but for a long time I know that he did. But I literally had to just decide, like, I can't be who he wants me to be. You weren't that for me, so I can't act like we are that for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Again, I love the man. He tried. He loved me, but he failed me in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have that relationship like that one that you want, and I can't take that on myself that we don't. We don't for a reason. So that's all I'm saying. You and your mom have the relationship that y'all do not only because of you.
Yes, definitely because of both of us,
So if you decide to act accordingly. Sorry for being pro-cut parents off today, but anybody can get it if you ask me. Anybody can get it, dog.
I'm over here like, bro, I could never.
On that.
Anybody can get it.
Do we have any positives that anybody wants to share?
Any worldly positives I would love.
I do. Zendaya renegotiated her Euphoria contract, getting paid like $1 million per episode now.
Shout out to her.
Who?
Zendaya.
Zendaya from Spider-Man.
Yeah. From Euphoria.
Well, she got a podcast as what?
No, she renegotiated her contract with Euphoria, so now she's getting paid like about $1 million per episode.
Oh wait. So they making more episodes?
Yeah, season 3 coming out probably next year.
Oh, that's what's up. That was really a good series though. Yeah. Like I mean, it took me a while to watch it because the first few episodes was so much to unpack. It really was. Like I was like, oh my god, this shit is intense. Like it took me a minute to like really go back and really watch it and digest everything. But it was really a good show.
Speaking of unpacking shit, John, how you feeling about Walking Dead? I just want to say I had to bring this up because, you know, Walking Dead was definitely one of my favorite shows. They getting selected for Viewer's Choice Award or something like that. So they getting a lot of positive shit. And they got 4 spinoffs coming.
Oh my god.
4 spinoffs.
I was ready for that shit to be over, bro.
You hate zombie shit.
You do?
I hate Walking Dead shit for sure.
Man.
Most zombie shit I do dislike, but that one in particular.
Man, I mean, but no.
See how?
I thought, you know what, because it's so much, like the market is definitely oversaturated when it comes to like this zombie shit.
But that's so quality. That's such a quality show.
It's such a quality show. It really is. Like the acting that's in there. I mean, like I even fell in love with it much more, or at least fell in love with like the actress that played Michonne, the one with the sword. When I found out that was the same girl that was in Black Panther, like just to see her where she started from, because I don't know her in anything else, and she also looked like Annalise Keating. What's her name?
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. She looked like Viola Davis to me. Like she really could play.
Yo, I was just thinking. I watched Woman King recently. Like I just knew Michonne was gonna be in that one.
She should have been.
I just knew she was gonna be in that one.
But the show is really good. How it just keep you on edge, and then the plot twist is just crazy. Like the directors, everybody did a great job, and I think they deserve
I fell off
the
on that
awards
show.
and accolades that they.
I think I made it to like season 3 or maybe 2 only. I don't remember. They didn't keep my interest.
I mean, I just feel like they created such good characters that you just really fell in love with. Like when certain ones died, it really like pulled my heartstrings for real.
For real.
Speaking of peak fiction, One Piece exists. I'm gonna start mentioning that every episode.
Don't you got on a One Piece shirt?
I do. Thanks for noticing.
Is it One Piece?
If y'all think about the shot clocks, remember the 50 shot clock invitational?
Mm-hmm.
I was asked a question. I was forced to drink. If there was any fictional character that I could choose to meet, who would it be? And it would have been this character.
One Piece.
Yeah, Zoro from One Piece.
Okay.
Yeah, he's I like his way of the samurai. Basically, his way of living. Essentially, his decisions are cool.
I gotta check One Piece out. You still on it?
I caught up.
You caught up? Mm-hmm. So you current now? Mm-hmm. What season?
There ain't no seasons. It's just eps.
How many episodes?
It's on season 14 technically, but we're on episode.
If it's like 16 episodes a season or something, 12.
No, I don't. It'd be changing.
Is it? They like 30-minute shows.
Yeah, they're like 25-minute shows with like about a 5-minute intro and a 5-minute outro.
So wow. So really like 15 minutes.
That's what it'd be feeling like sometimes.
Wow. So I might start checking out One Piece. I don't know.
I recommend it.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Dope.
At least the first parts of it are.
Oh, I actually have a positive.
Oh.
It's a bunch of good movies coming out. Cocaine Bear was amazing. Sorry that I went and saw it without you guys. Cocaine Bear was amazing.
Trump. And it was amazing for real. Like
yeah, it was. John Wick is coming out. There's this funny movie with Al Pacino. It's like 4 movies in the month of March I know that I want to see. So shout out to that. I don't know why, but it's like a bunch of good movies coming out.
Movie dates.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, we got.
You still got that credit thing?
Yep.
How does that work? Did you figure that out?
Yeah, I had to explain it to you off pod. It's gonna sound weird. It's gonna take a lot.
I got you.
We got a date for the Little Mermaid too. I think May 23rd.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
What?
I'm gonna pass on that one. I don't do musicals. I definitely don't pay to see musicals.
Bro, I just paid to see the Tina Turner Broadway musical, man.
Well, was it fire?
It was good. It was really good. It was.
Like, was it actually Tina Turner?
No. Just like her life. It's a musical based off her life. But it was really good. It was at the Fox Theater. I definitely enjoyed. The singing was dope. They had some pretty cool choreography. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely a musical. It was something different. I haven't been to something like that in a while. Like probably since like seeing the Medea play. Way back in the day.
I miss seeing plays, bro.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was kind of nostalgic.
Watching some football, you can see them all the time.
How do y'all feel about self dates?
Self dates are cool. Like I went on one when you were out and in your work trip.
Mm-hmm.
What's a self date?
Just
going out
date by yourself. Yeah. For yourself, by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I took myself to the movies a couple of times.
You gotta start going to plays for self dates. If it's just for you, something that you really love. That's what I started doing with movies. Like
now,
this for me, baby.
I just be working all the time. That's all. But I do like self dates. I think the last one I went on, I took myself to like Applebee's. You know, splurging a little bit. Mm-hmm. Got 2 drinks. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. My self dates be like a self daycare, so it's like a little spa day. You know, it's like.
Oh really? You treat yourself nice.
Yeah. Just, I love myself. I wasn't kidding when I said number one is always the one to be loved. I didn't say that like that, but yeah, no, I definitely think being selfish is important. Like loving yourself is important.
Can't pour from an empty cup. That's what I always tell myself. Whenever I be like, should I be selfish here?
Always.
Well, can't pour from an empty cup. You know what I mean? Got to take care of myself first.
Yeah, no, that's why. Like, I feel like when I think at one point I said like I feel like I'm really selfish, and I think it was like kind of a surprise. But like, no, I really make a lot of selfish decisions when I can.
I understand, man. I like quotes that encourage me to be selfish as well. Like, I got a quote that says, I can only be the best me for you if you allow me to be the best me for me.
I've been waiting
like,
to do that.
I don't care about you. Like, please care about me.
It's the only way I can do good for you is if we both care about me.
Your car is.
Now, back in the days when I was driving a little bit wilder, I would tell all my passengers, you know, I love me too much, so I'm not finna hurt me. Mm-hmm. So you good. You good. You ain't gotta worry about shit.
But if we do get in a risky situation, just know I'm not gonna let myself get hit. Right. They gotta get your side. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill your side of the car.
What? I ain't riding in the car with your ass. Hell to the no.
What, you think somebody else gonna let themselves die for you?
Bro, I mean, when I have
it's an 18-wheeler coming, they gonna put themselves in danger first?
No, bro. I'm gonna avoid that bitch altogether. When I've had people in the car, I try to drive like I got some sense because I know I got other people's lives. This is a weapon.
I know I got extra cushions.
Cushions?
The extra people.
That shit work.
Another morbid
extra
pot.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
All right, man. We good?
You guys know why the Latino was going to therapy?
Why don't you tell us?
For his panic attacks.
Ayo. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Hispanic attacks. That was good. I was waiting for the one, but you got the one for that.
Good shit. All right. So stay black, stay strong. Remember, they can't bring you down unless they below you. Loyalty before royalty. The real respond. Pimps up, hoes down. See, you never press that one. You never press that one. I need you to turn it off. We never pressed that one.
That's the outro one.
Yeah, we never pressed that one. I know, you're tempted. I knew you were going to do that. Everything else was perfect today. But that ain't it. That we don't press that.
But I thought we was closing out.
We are.
Yeah.
So don't push the outro.
It's a post-production thing.
You guys had this conversation as well.
I thought he said it was the outro one. He said we never.
Pimps up, hoes down. You know where the heck you want to be. Deuces. Don't press it. Don't press it.
Not even an intro?
Nope.
Nope. Don't turn that dial.
No.
Can I push the stop recording?
Not yet.
Nah.
Okay, now.
What do y'all want to name this pod? I said I was going to start asking that all the time.
Yeah, and I was going to start saying, like, if you didn't input names, then these names are staying. Because I worked on it.
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic? What's the bootic part?
Right. Like booted out of my life.
Ah, that was creative.
Booted.
Therapeutic.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
I'm
healthy, do y'all think, though?
What?
That anybody can get it? Philosophy? I don't know if it's healthy. I be questioning that about myself.
That just reminds
It
me
depends.
of one of them ghetto girls from high school or middle school that I just didn't like. Because it's like, you
She was a young philosopher.
Anybody can get it, but bitch, anybody can take you to the next level that you need to be. Stop being so aggressive.
There's that. I mean, I was gonna say it depends on your judge of character, because if you're just a shitty judge of character, then you getting rid of everybody, good and bad, you know.
And they do it on people who like are quiet or soft spoken. Like they don't never do it on nobody who's just as loud as them. Like, they always trying to make a scene on the quiet person or something like that.
Well, not taking the ghetto girl example out of it. I'm thinking about, is that a good philosophy to be willing to cut anybody out of your life?
I think, I was answering your question. It's like, it depends on their character, sense of character, their judge of character.
I think it depends on like if you are doing it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? Not just to have people come in and out or whatever like that. Not to use people and then let them go. You know what I mean?
Alright.
So as long as you're not using them, anybody can get it. What's the titles on this? Anybody everybody settling on anything? Or we're leaning on anything? You like Therapeutic? I like Therapeutic.